Good afternoon from London, and hello from me, Dr. Dermot Hudson, the Chairman of the British Group for the Study of the Juche Idea, Chairman of the Korean Friendship Association of the UK, an official delegate of the Korean Friendship Association for the United Kingdom, and also President of the Association for the Study of Songun Politics. Today is the 90th anniversary of the foundation of the Korean People's Revolutionary Army, the forerunner of today's modern Korean People's Army. So, greetings to all of you on the 90th anniversary of the foundation of the Korean People's Revolutionary Army. Today, peace on the Korean Peninsula and in Asia in general rests upon the bayonets of the Korean People's Army, the independence of People's Korea, and the gains of Juche-based socialism, and indeed the happy lives of the Korean people, the independent and creative lives of the Korean people, are defended and guaranteed by the Korean People's Army, commanded by dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un. Today, the international situation is very unstable and is deteriorating all the time. The US imperialists, South Korean fascist puppet reactionaries, and all imperialist and reactionary forces are threatening the independence of People's Korea. The origins of the Korean People's Army go back to the 25th of April, 1932. When a young President Kim Il-sung founded the Anti-Japanese People's Guerrilla Army, or AJPGA, which became the Korean People's Revolutionary Army, which in turn formed the backbone of the new regular revolutionary armed forces of People's Korea, the Korean People's Army, in 1948. President Kim Il-sung, addressing the soldiers of the anti-Japanese People's Guerrilla Army on its foundation, declared as follows: "The AJPGA is made up of the workers, peasants, and young patriots who oppose the Japanese imperialists and their stooges and love their country and people. It is a revolutionary armed force which will dedicate itself to protecting the interests of the people. The aim and mission of the People's Guerrilla Army is to overthrow the colonial rule of Japanese imperialism in Korea and bring about national independence and social emancipation to the Korean people." End of quotation. This defined the nature, role and mission of the anti-Japanese People's Guerrilla Army. It was an army of workers, peasants and patriotic young people dedicated to achieving independence and also the liberation of working people from capitalist oppression and exploitation. The AJPGA was a true people's army fighting for the interests of the people and was always at one with the people. President Kim Il-sung always stressed that the guerrillas could not live apart from the people, as this would be like a fish living out of water. He always insisted that his soldiers paid for anything they used, and once told his troops to return an ox to its owners. President Kim Il-sung himself set an example by chopping firewood for an old farmer and drawing water. The AJPGA, which became known as the Korean People's Revolutionary Army, KPRA, from March 1934, was based on the Juche Idea and fought in the revolutionary spirit of self-reliance. They seized weapons from the Japanese imperialist aggressors or manufactured their own. Some had hoped that the Soviet Union, the first socialist state, the first workers and peasants state in the world, would supply them with a hand grenade factory. But this never materialised, so they made their own hand grenades, the Yonggil bomb, and I've actually seen one of those in a revolutionary museum in the DPRK. And of course, today, People's Korea has its own nuclear Yonggil bomb. Because the KPRA was a true people's army at one with the people and guided by the Juche Idea, it was able to win great victories against Japanese imperialism. It fought battles at Pachombo on the 4th of June 1937 and at Musan on the 23rd of May 1939, just to mention two of the hundreds of battles fought by the KPRA. On the 9th of August 1945, the KPRA, under the command of Comrade Kim Il-sung, commenced the final operation to liberate Korea from Japanese imperialist rule, and on the 15th of August 1945 liberated Korea. This operation took just 6 days, which is quite incredible. The KPRA became the backbone of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of the New People's Korea when it was transformed into a regular standing armed force on the 8th of February 1948, under the wise leadership of the great generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. The KPA grew into steel-strong ranks, each soldier being a match for 100 enemy soldiers. The KPA inflicted crushing defeats on the US imperialists in the Great Fatherland Liberation War of 1950 to 1953. It was notable that the KPA was able to liberate Seoul, the South Korean puppet capital, within the space of 3 days. The KPA also defeated the US in the acute showdown after the Pueblo incident, after the Korean War, in incidents such as the Pueblo incident, the EC-121 shoot-down incident, and the Panmunjom incident of 1976 and the 1994 helicopter shoot-down incident. Under the command of respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, the KPA has been further strengthened both in terms of weaponry and ideology. Because the KPA fully inherits the traditions of the anti-Japanese armed struggle, and is in fact a continuation of the Korean People's Revolutionary Army, it is different totally from imperialist and capitalist armies, which both oppress the people and indulge in overseas wars of conquest. Progressives and anti-imperialists and Juche Idea and Songun idea followers rejoice over the 90th anniversary of the foundation of the Korean People's Revolutionary Army, the forerunner of today's KPA, which is defending Juche socialism as well as peace on the Korean Peninsula and the Asia Pacific. Long live the Korean People's Army, long live Juche, long live Songun. Thank you for watching this video. If you're not already a subscriber to our channel, Songun 007, please consider subscribing. Also, please take a look at our author spot on lulu.com. There are many interesting books to buy. And lastly, I appeal to you all to support our activities, share these videos, share our articles, and above all, please participate in our events, both online and in real life. Thank you again. Thank you for your support. Have a great day. Goodbye.